Teacher Talking Sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And in this video here, we're going to take a look at the best player from each NBA team's franchise who does not have their jersey retired for the club. So for this, I'm not going to do players who just recently retired like LaMarcus Aldridge or Carmelo Anthony, guys who played this past season or are still active. Guys like John Wall and Kemba Walker did play parts of this past season. I'm not going to include them on here. And for each team, I might not do their current iteration. Like, for example, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm going to include a Seattle Supersonic. I get it. Sonics fans don't like being lumped with the Thunder and vice versa, but that's how their team history is. Some teams may have a player who played for the team maybe in a different city, but let's get into it. I'll name the players by team name in alphabetical order. So starting with the Atlanta Hawks, we're going to go with Cliff Hagan, who was a member of the St. Louis Hawks, named the 5 straight All-Star teams from 57-58 to 61-62. 10 seasons, averaged 18 points, 6.9 rebounds, and 3.8 assists. Was a member of their 1958 championship team. In a postseason, he averaged 27.7 points and 10.5 rebounds. For the Boston Celtics, let's go with Rajon Rondo. Played 9 seasons, made 4 straight All-Star teams from 2009-10 to 2012-13. In his second season, was a member of the 2008 Boston Celtics championship team. Twice led the league in assists and once in steals with the Celtics. Brooklyn Nets Richard Jefferson, who played for the New Jersey Nets for 7 seasons. In his first 2 seasons with the team reached the NBA Finals. Unfortunately, lost both. But in 7 seasons, 17.4 points and 5.4 rebounds a contest. Next, let's go with the Charlotte Hornets. Del Curry, the franchise leader in points in 10 seasons, averaged 14 points a game. Of course, known for being the father of Steph Curry. He was a great shooter as well, shooting 40.5% from three-point territory. I previously won 6th Man of the Year in the 93-94 season. Chicago Bulls, let's go Artis Gilmore. Gilmore played 7 seasons with the Bulls, named to 4 All-Star teams, averages 19.3 points and 11.1 rebounds per game, also 2.1 blocks. Led the league in field goal percentage 2 straight years in 80-81 and 81-82. Cleveland Cavaliers, Hot Rod Williams, thought about World B. Frey, but Williams played much longer with the team. 9 seasons, 12.9 points, 7.1 rebounds, 1.8 blocks, averaged a career best 16.8 points in the 89-90 season. Dallas Mavericks, let's go with the Fin Dog, Michael Finley. 9 seasons, averages 19.8 points, 5.2 rebounds, 3.8 assists. Made back-to-back All-Star games in 99, 2000, and 2000, 2001. 3 seasons with the team. He led the league in minutes per game. Denver Nuggets, would have went Carmelo, but as I mentioned, just recently retired, not going to include him. I'm going to go Bobby Jones, who actually played 2 seasons with Denver in the ABA and then 2 seasons in the NBA. In the 4 seasons altogether, averages 14.8 points, 8.6 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 2 steals, and 1.9 blocks per game. 3 of the 4 seasons, Jones led the league in field goal percentage. Detroit Pistons, let's go with Grant Hill. Started out the Rookie of the Year in 94-95. Played 6 seasons with the club, 21.6 points, 7.9 rebounds, 6.3 assists, 1.6 steals. Was named an All-Star in 5 of those 6 seasons, averaging over 20 points a game in each of the last 5 years with the team. Golden State Warriors, let's go way back to Paul Arizin. Arizin, I think his name is that, sorry. Played his whole career with the Warriors, but with the Philadelphia Warriors, he was actually named an All-Star in every one of his 10 seasons. Career averages 22.8 points and 8.6 rebounds, a member of the 1956 championship team. Houston Rockets, it was really between Tracy McGrady and this guy. I leaned slightly toward Ralph Sampson. Sampson was named an All-Star in each of his 4 full seasons with the Rockets. In 305 games with the team, averages a 19.7 points, 10.5 rebounds, and 1.9 blocks per contest. Indiana Pacers, let's go with Jermaine O'Neal. O'Neal was named to 6 straight All-Star teams from 2001-02, 2006-07, 8 seasons with the team, 18.6 8.6 points, 9.6 rebounds, and 2.4 blocks per game. Next, we got the Los Angeles Clippers. We're going to go Bob McAdoo, although he played with the Buffalo Braves in the early to mid 1970s, from 1973 74 to 1975 76. Each of those seasons, McAdoo led the league in scoring, averaging in total 28.2 points and 12.7 rebounds in 334 games with the Braves. Los Angeles Lakers, they have a lot of numbers retired. I'll go with Michael Cooper. Michael Cooper was a five-time NBA champion, the 86-87 Defensive Player of the Year, eight-time All-Defensive. Offensive numbers weren't great because he was on a team with so many good scorers, but again, a defensive monster. Played in all 82 games for the team in 6 different seasons. Next, let's go with the Memphis Grizzlies. Marc Gasol. Gasol played 11 seasons, 769 games with the team, averages a 15.2 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks. Gasol was named the 2012-13 Defensive Player of the Year. Milwaukee Bucks. Ray Allen. Allen played 7 seasons with the Bucks, averages 19.6 points, 4.6 rebounds, 3.8 assists, made 3 straight All-Star teams from 99, 2000, 2001, 02. Averaged over 20 points a game each of his last 4 seasons with the team. He did wear number 34 with the Bucks, which is the current number of the Greek Freak. Minnesota Timberwolves now. Kevin Garnett. How does Kevin Garnett not have his jersey retired yet for the Timberwolves? Of course, he's the all-time best Minnesota Timberwolf. Well, he doesn't want to get his jersey retired by them. He's basically called Glenn Taylor and upper management snakes. Doesn't want to get his jersey retired by them. You hope they mend fences soon, because 19.8 points, 11 rebounds, 1.6 blocks, averages 4 straight seasons, led the league in rebounds per game, and was named to a total of 10 All-Star teams with Minnesota. New Orleans Pelicans. Let's go with David West, who played for the New Orleans Hornets. 8 seasons, averages 16.4 points, 7.3 rebounds, named the back-to-back All-Star teams in 2007-08 and 2008-09. Both those seasons averaged over 20 points per game. New York Knicks. Maybe you go Carmelo Anthony, who I'm not including. Thought long about Bernard King. Just didn't play long enough. I'm going to go way back to Richie Guerin, who played in the mid-50s to early 60s with the team. 8 seasons, averaged 20.1 points, 6.4 rebounds, 5.3 assists, averaged a career best 29.5 in the 61-62 season, was named to 6 straight All-Star teams with the team. Oklahoma City Thunder. Gary Payton, the Glove. Of course, he played for the Seattle Supersonics, probably the best player in that franchise's history as well. 18.2 points, 7.4 assists, 2.1 steals in 13 seasons with Seattle. He was named the 1995-96 Defensive Player of the Year, made 9 All-Star teams with Seattle, led the league in steals in 95-99, helped guide the Sonics to the NBA Finals in the 95-96 season. Orlando Magic. Thought really hard about Penny Hardaway. Could say Dwight Howard, although he is not officially retired. He played overseas this past year, so Dwight Howard probably would have been the guy. I'll go the Diesel, though. Even though he played just 4 seasons with the team, he was completely dominant in his 4 years. Helped guide the Magic to an NBA Finals appearance. Averaged 27.2 points, 12.5 rebounds, 2.8 blocks on 58.1% shooting. Won a scoring title in the 94-95 season. Philadelphia 76ers. Let's go with Doug Collins, who was the first overall pick in 1973. He did not have a lengthy career, just 8 seasons, but all of them came with the 76ers. Averages 17.9 points, 3.2 rebounds, 3.3 assists, made 4 straight All-Star appearances from 75-76 to 78-79. Phoenix Suns. Really could be a toss-up between Sean Marion and Amari Stoudemire. Stoudemire played 8 seasons with Phoenix, averages 21.4 points, 8.9 rebounds, 1.4 blocks, 54.4% shooting from the field. He was named to 5 All-Star teams with Phoenix, was the 2002-03 Rookie of the Year, averaged over 20 points per game in 6 of the seasons. Just was an awesome player to watch in those fun 8-second or less Phoenix teams. Portland Trailblazers would have let LaMarcus Aldridge if I were to include him. So I'll go Brandon Roy, who unfortunately saw his career have to end early due to injuries. He played just 5 seasons with the Blazers, but was named an All-Star in 3 of them. Averages at 19 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 4.7 assists a game. Just a complete shame that his career was taken far too early from him. Sacramento Kings, we're going to go with Jerry Lucas, who actually played for the Cincinnati Royals. 7 seasons, 465 games, averages at 19.6 points and 19.1 rebounds. Was named an All-Star in each of his full 6 seasons with the team. In his first season, led the league in field goal percentage, had 2 seasons where he averaged over 20 rebounds per game. San Antonio Spurs, we're going to go with Mike Mitchell. Mitchell played 7 seasons with the Spurs, averaged 20.1 points, 5.5 rebounds, 1.4 assists, career best 23. Best with the Spurs, 23.3 points and 7.2 rebounds per game in the 83-84 season. And actually, I'm sorry, he averaged 23.4 points in the 85-86 season. Part of 3 straight seasons where he averaged over 20 per game. Toronto Raptors, you could go Vince Carter. I want a guy who played a little longer with the team. That is Chris Bosh. 7 seasons, averaged 20.2 points, 9.4 rebounds, 1.2 blocks. Bosh was named an All-Star in each of his last 5 seasons with the Raptors. In each of those seasons as well, he averaged at least 22.3 points. Had 3 seasons with Toronto where he averaged a double-double in points and rebounds. Utah Jazz, really long considered Andre Kirilenko. This was a tough one. I went Darren Williams. Kirilenko may have been better for longer, but I think at their best Williams was better, so it was kind of a toss-up for me. But Williams, in 439 regular season games, averages 17.3 points and 9.1 assists. Was named an All-Star in 2009-10 and 2010-11. In that 2010-11 season, he averaged the best 21.3 points per game with the team, although he was traded to the Nets later on in that year. And let's end with the Washington Wizards. Going Gilbert Arenas. If I were to include John Wall, I probably would have went him because he played a little bit longer with the team. But Arenas, at his best, boy, was he a scorer. Averaged 25 points, 4.2 rebounds, 5.7 assists, and 1.8 steals with Washington. Made 3 straight All-Star appearances from 2004-05 to 2006-07. Averaged a career best 29.3 points in a 2005-06 season. So there you have it. In my opinion, each team's best player in franchise history that has not had their jersey retired. What do you think? Is there someone you would have included for another team? Which of these jerseys do you think should be retired by their teams? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you'd like me to do NFL, maybe MLB, NHL for these as well, because I really enjoyed researching this and picking a best guy in franchise history for each team that doesn't have their jersey retired. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to subscribe, like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out. And there's the Heat. Let's go with Glenn Rice, who played his first 6 seasons with the Miami Heat, 478 games, averages at 19.3 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 1.2 steals per game. He had 3 seasons where he averaged over 20 points a contest and shot 38.6% from 3 and 83.5% from the charity stripe in his tenure with Miami.